baby. Wash my stuff, all right?
Okay.
Well, at least he'll look good coming off the bus. They'll be terrified till they realize he's a marshmallow. Looks like Tarzan plays like Jane.
Give me a minute, Bert.
We're in the middle of practice, Leanne.
You can thank me later. Come. Michael, do you remember when we first met and we went to that horrible part of town to buy you those dreadful clothes? And I was a little bit scared and you told me not to worry about it because you had my back. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if anyone tried to get to me, you would have stopped them, right? And when you and SJ were in that car wreck, what did you do to the airbag?
Stopped it?
You stopped it. You stopped it. This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys, okay? Listen. Okay. Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back, how you have his, okay? All right, Tony, go back. All right. Oompa Loompa here is your tailback. When you look at him, you think of SJ and how you'd never let anyone or anything hurt him. You understand me? All right, go back. Got it?
What about Collins and Mr. Tui?
Fine, they can be on the team too. Are you gonna protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Now go have some fun.
Alma, check your battery. Give me an A, please. Okay, wait. Try this. Close your eyes. Visualize yourself in a room full of people, lots of silverware, people dropping stuff, talking loud, drunks, women with trays going, what are you gonna have? Your voice has to carry over the din. You have to get up over all of that to be heard in the back of the room where I'm sitting, listening, straining to hear you, okay? Keep that in your mind when we do this. Sister? We call that an A with an attitude.
That's it. Now move in for the kill. Slash, slash. You got a man in your hand. That's it.
I'm sorry, Duke. I had to do it. You was off balance. That's why. Did I hurt your thumb, Duke? I'll get you a bandage for it later.
What do you think you're doing? Did I hurt your thumb, Duke? What are you, Nurse Pyle or Private Gomer Pyle, USMC?
Hey, Sergeant. You see,
You don't have to tell me what I see, Pyle. I know what I see. You were playing patty cake when you should be at his throat. He's the enemy.
Duke? You see, Sergeant, that's just the trouble. I can't hardly think of Duke as nothing but my friend.
Well, suppose instead of thinking of Duke, you're seeing me.
Well, I think of you as my friend, too.
Come on, Pyle. Kill me.
I just couldn't hardly do that, Sergeant.
Simulate, simulate. It's for your own good, Pyle. It's your life or the other fellas.
Depends on who the other feller is, Sergeant.
He's the enemy. Get it? The enemy. This ain't sportsmanship. You don't ask questions. You got two weapons in your hand. A blade for slashing and stabbing, a club for pounding and smashing. Now come at me, Pyle, with a slash. Come on. And when you do, let's hear it. With each stroke, give a holler. Now come on.
Ah!
Ah? You couldn't scare a bunny rabbit with that. What's the matter with you knuckleheads? You learned all this in boot camp.
Lead guitar, Zack Attack. Take a seat. On bass, Posh Spice. On keyboards, Mr. Cool. And on drums, Spazzy McGee. Okay, Blondie, brace face, you're singing backup. All right, tough guy, shortstop, fancy pants, get over here. You guys are on security detail. Your job is to make sure no one outside this room knows what we're doing in here. The future of the band depends on you. Okay, your first mission, soundproofing this room. Get on it.
Can I be the band stylist instead?
Of course you can, Fancy Pants. Okay. Carrot Top, Roadrunner, Turkey Sub. We are gonna have a lot of equipment. We're talking amps, electric guitars, maybe even lasers, and smoke machines. Now your job is to master the transportation and operation of this technology. Seriously, without a first-rate roadie crew, we'll never have a psychedelic show. And I can't live with that, okay? I'm counting on you. Get going. Go! All right. You three, groupies. And your job is simple. Just worship the band. And you're gonna be making hats, you're gonna be making t-shirts, all kinds of merchandise, which leads me to your first assignment, naming the band. Yes. All right, sit down.
You guys are superhuman. What you endure just to be here, to get a shot at this, the kind of privilege that someone like me takes for granted. There's nothing you can't do with that kind of strength, with that kind of heart. You kids have the biggest hearts I've ever seen. Now go run your race. Thomas, you're the captain.
Hey, Coach. Want to call it?
Uno, dos, tres.
We have a situation brewing with the carbon dioxide.
We had a CO2 filter problem on the lunar module.
5 filters on the limb.
Which were meant for 2 guys for a day and a half. So I told the doc.
You're already up to 8 on the gauges. Anything over 15 and you get impaired judgment, blackouts, the beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the scrubbers on the command module?
They take square cartridges.
The ones on the limb are round.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
This just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Better get some coffee going, too.